Dear student, how are you? I hope you are well. I am also well. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. I am Muhammad Abu Numan, Assistant Teacher, English, Mirashani Polytechnic Academy, Mirashani, Bijayanagar, Brahmanbaria. You know, the last class we have talked that we will discuss about take question in this class. So, according to our decision, we are going to discuss about take question in this class. What we will discuss about? We will discuss about take question. Take question. First of all, we should to know what is take question. Take question is a short question when a speaker speaks about something, he tries to get support from the others, and getting support he uses a small question ending of his sentence. This is called take question. If we want to make take question, we have to remember only three things. Most important is two things. First of all, we have to identify the auxiliary verb and subject of the given sentences. Second, the given sentence are in affirmative or negative. The sentence may be affirmative or negative. If the sentence in affirmative form, we will use the negative form of auxiliary verb. And we should remember that the negative form always contains in short form. So, I have written some subject at which we will use in take question. Here, please look at the board. Here, subject. I, we, you, he, she, it, they, and their. These are the subjects which we will use to add take question ending of the sentence. And auxiliary verb, you know, there are 24 auxiliary verbs in English. There are only 24 auxiliary verbs. Primary auxiliary and 13 is modal auxiliary. All auxiliary verbs are written here. Be verb, am, is, are, was, were. They are called V verb. Second, have verb. Have, has, had. And do verb. Do, does, did. These 11 verbs are primary auxiliary. And second step, the modal auxiliary. Shall, will, can, may, should, ought, could, might. Ought to, used to, need, dare, must. These are the auxiliary verbs. If you are able to memorize these auxiliary verbs and the subjects, you will be able to answer the take question very easily. And you have to remember the sentence in affirmative form or negative form. There are some words which is very important to remember to find out the negative sentence or affirmative sentence. First here, I have written here some words. If you remember these, you will be able to identify the sentence affirmative or negative. Here, no, negative sign, no, not, no one, none, nobody, nothing, nobody, never, little, few, hardly, scarcely, rarely, seldom, etc. These are the important, mostly used in sentences, negative word. If you found from these word, any word from this list, you will think this sentence is negative. And without any word of this list, this sentence is affirmative. Here I have written only 2 sentences. Here we will add take question. First sentence, I am a student. It's a very easy sentence, short sentence. I am a student. Here we will find out first the subject and auxiliary verb of the sentence. First of all, here I is an auxiliary subject, and auxiliary verb here am. This sentence, then you will remember it is affirmative or negative. This sentence affirmative or negative? It is affirmative because there is no word from this list in this sentence. These are the negative words. If you find any one word of this list, you will tell me it is negative. This is an affirmative sentence because there is no sign of negative. So if we want to add take question, we have to remember the subject and auxiliary verb. Only 2 things, subject and auxiliary verb. Here subject I and auxiliary verb am. So it is affirmative sentence. So we have to make it negative form. The negative form of am not. If we use its short form, it is 2 form we find, ain't or aren't. In modern English, we find the negative form of am not is aren't. This is the modern form we use, not ain't. Here the auxiliary verb am, this is an affirmative sentence, so the take question would be negative. Must remember, you should remember, when you will write the sentence, you will put a comma ending of the sentence, ending of the given sentence. First of all, you use comma ending of the given sentence, then you will find out the subject and auxiliary verb. Then you will use aren't I and question mark ending of the sentence. This is take question, very easy term. Second, I'm not a student. This is a negative form because we find here a negative sign, here not. So it is a negative sentence. What will be the take question of this sentence? It is a negative sentence, so we will add affirmative form of auxiliary verb. Affirmative form am. This is the commas am and subject, and ending of the sentence you have to put question marks. Here in this discussion we can understand that if we want to learn take question clearly, we have to remember 2 things. First, subject and auxiliary verb of a sentence, and second, the sentence is affirmative or negative. If the sentence in negative form, we have to use it in affirmative form of auxiliary verb. If the sentence in affirmative form, we will use the negative form of auxiliary verb. And you should remember, always remember, negative form will be in short form. Negative form of auxiliary verb will be in short form. How many subjects in a sentence we will find? We know in a subject family, if you think it is a family of subject, we will find only 8 members of subject family. Only 8 members. Here's I and we called it first person, you and you second person. First person means singular form I and plural we. Second person singular form you and plural form you. And third person he, she, it, they. He will use instead of a man's or male names, and instead of female names we will use she. It will be used It may be material things or animals. They is the plural form. He, plural form, they. She is the singular form, plural form they. It, singular form, plural form they. There are 8 members in a subject family, and some words we use. Here another word, there. We may call it is a guest. Sometimes we go to visit our relative's house, or some relatives come to visit our house. Then members will be increase or decrease. Only the member of subject family, only 8. If you understand the 8 subject and 24 auxiliary verbs, you will be able to add take question very easily. I hope you have understand the rules and sentences of the take question, how to add take question. In next class, we will use some sentences. We will practice. Practically, we will use a take question in the class. Today, this is all. Thank you very much.